UFC fighter Thug Rose Namajunas once said, "All I can control is myself and keep having a positive attitude." Welcome to McBain Moments. Alright, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the manor. Make sure you take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, you should watch the video to the end because it's only 7 minutes of your time. Just saying. Okay, what did Thug Rose mean? What she specifically meant, of course, I can only guess at, but here's what this means to me. I can only control myself. Or, more accurately, all I can control is myself. In the end, no matter what else is going on around you, you have control over one thing, and that's how you react to things. How you react to negative news, how you react to the world going on around you, how you react to things that are happening. You can control yourself. By controlling yourself, controlling your attitude, your reactions, your mood, you are able to react more positively to anything that happens to you and turn it into a way that will either A, positively impact your future, or B, mitigate any negative impact to your future. See how that works? Because most people look at life and they think, why do these things always happen to me? Why is it that my life sucks? Why is it that... It's because you're not taking control. And the biggest thing that you can control is your attitude. Believe it or not, attitude is the baseline for taking control of your life. If you have a negative attitude, you're fucked. That's it. That's the end of it. Damn, I'm glad I'm not monetized. You are fucked if you don't have a positive attitude. Because all you're going to do is bring yourself down. You're going to stop trying. You're going to have other people see the way that you treat the world, and they're going to decide, oh, they don't give a shit, so why should I bother with them? That's literally how people look at people when they're looking to offer someone a job. How's their attitude? Well, sure, it looks like they have the skills, but their attitude is shit. They're not going to inspire people. They're not going to want to keep coming to the job every day. They're going to be a drag. I'd much rather train someone who has half the skill and an upbeat attitude than someone who has all the skills and a shit attitude. And I say that as someone who used to employ people, because I'd look for that positive attitude. Sometimes difficult to find in the industry that I was an employer in. I used to work in grocery. When you're in small box grocery, it's a tough market because they know it's a low income job. And it's not because the grocery stores don't try, but when you only have an average markup of 1%, you kind of got to start somewhere. And there is good money in grocery as you climb, but you got to start somewhere. It's about finding the part of you that wants to succeed and nurturing that part of you. It's like building a fire, right? You've got this spark. And the spark is called attitude. Now you got two choices with this spark. You can let it stay as tinder. You get this tiny little ember and you just keep feeding the ember a little bit. Just enough to keep it going. Because if you let the ember go out, you're going to starve. You can't let that happen. You can keep putting needles on it, maybe little twigs, and it builds up this tiny little thing. And that's all the effort you need to put in, just tiny little effort to keep it going a little bit, and that's fine. Where does it get you? Nowhere. In a year, you'll still have this tiny ass little fire that doesn't really keep you warm. You have a hard-ass time cooking anything on it, and when you do cook something on it, it's not really cooked very well. We can keep feeding it fuel. And as it grows, you make the fuel bigger. And soon you've got a campfire that you can keep warm with. And that you can cook food with. You say, well, since I'm here, I may as well build the fire bigger. Now you're adding chunks. And then logs. And suddenly you have a bonfire. That's your positive attitude. It's building you up. And when you have the bonfire and you got to step back a little bit, now it's kind of hard to add fuel because it's so big that it's hot. It's threatening to burn your house down. That's okay. Because after adding all that fuel, after putting all that effort in, you've got this huge result. Wouldn't it be better over the course of time to have the huge result than the tiny one? Because in the end, you're putting the same amount of effort in overall. It takes a lot of effort to have a negative attitude. It takes a huge amount of energy to have a shit attitude. I find I use less energy having an upbeat and positive attitude than I did when I had a shit attitude. Because I did have a shit attitude. Okay? I used to be, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, I used to be your fairly stereotypical white trash trailer park guy. I am dead serious. Like right down to the white t-shirt and the unkempt hair and everything, right? Lived on a moldy floor or a rotting floor. It takes me less energy to live, to get to where I am. It took me less energy to get to where I am now than it did to deliberately live like that. To have a positive attitude than have that negative attitude. My stress level's a lot lower too. All you can control is yourself and keep a positive attitude. But if you can control yourself, if you can focus on yourself, if you can keep that upbeat attitude, shit, the sky's the limit. Reflect upon yourself and decide how you face your reality. And then decide where you want to go with it. This has been a McBain moment.